Welcome to Author Skill Set Wednesday with a quote from Robert J. Sawyer, who said, "The heart and soul of good writing is research. You should write not about what you know, but about what you can find out about." So very true. Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower nonfiction authors all around the world, authors just like you, so you can turn your dream of writing a book into your published reality. And one of the key elements of writing a really great book is research. So that's what we're going to play with today. We're going to talk about that today. So research is essential no matter how well you think you know your subject matter. There's always more to learn. There's always something that you thought you knew but don't. There's all kinds of little nooks and valleys and crevices of really not useful tidbits that your audience will love, but you need to do the research to find them. And of course, the best time to do this research is before you ever wrote your very first word. I would recommend spend, a solid week, 2-3 hours a day doing your research so that you have your outlines laid out properly, and you've got most of the gaps filled in. You'll never be able to fill in them all because you'll learn more as you go through. But when you're getting ready to write that first draft, make sure you take that time to do the research before you ever write a word. It'll just save you so much time in the long run. It really will. Because through research, you're going to learn a few things. You're going to learn how other authors approach the subject. You're going to figure out what did they think was important? Why do I think something else is more important? It's a question to ask yourself. You're also going to figure out what they thought was important and to include and what to exclude, and also in what order they wanted to place it in their book. The pathway that they thought was the best to go from the starting point to the finishing point of whatever your subject matter might be. And then you're also going to learn how readers responded to those books. And this is arguably some of the most important research you could ever do. Because you're going to learn, what do they like? What did they hate? What did they think was missing? You're going to, if you take a dive into those 3- and 4-star reviews specifically, that's where the gold is found. That's where you find out, well, I thought that this was a really great book except for, and they'll tell you exactly what they thought was missing. Or they'll say something like, I love the fact that he dove really deeply into this area, but I really wish he'd gone more deeper into this area. So you'll understand that readers think that is important. You're going to find out all kinds of insights by going through those 3 and some of the 4-star reviews. Threes are the best, to figure out what is someone like, what do they dislike, and why. It's that why that is just so important. And they tell you exactly what they want in their book. So why would you not take advantage of that? It's the beautiful thing about reviews, is you get to find out all this wonderful information. And then use all that information to finalize your book's outline, because these reviews, written by people who have paid cold hard cash for these books, reveal exactly what they thought was left out, what was missing for them. And that way you can make sure that you don't make that same mistake in your book. So this research is essential because it's the thing that sets your book apart from every other book out there. It truly does. The more deeply you can dig into the subject matter in whatever area it needs for your book, the more your book is going to stand out from everything else in your category. And that's what you want. You want to be able to stand out. So I know when someone first told me this, I rolled my eyes and I like, oh my goodness, what are you talking? I'm just going to procrastinate some more. That's all I'm going to do here. And that is a real concern. If you spend too much time, you're simply using the research as an avoidance factor for getting your book actually written. You don't want to be doing that. You want to actually take the time to make sure that the research is a finite period of time, and then whether you feel like you're done or not, hard stop, start writing your first draft. That would be my best recommendation. But if you think doing the research is not necessary, or you don't want to, quote, waste the time doing it, or whatever other thoughts are running through your head, I want to ask you one simple question. Do you want anyone to buy your book? I would hope the answer is hell to the yes. But it's a serious question. If you want someone to buy your book and then give you positive reviews, there's really only one pathway to there, and that's making sure you do the research. So your path ought to be crystal clear at that point, right? It's far better to spend the time now before you write a word than to hit publish and realize that you got your first 3 negative reviews and they're all saying the same thing, and you're like, oh my goodness, why didn't I listen to Christopher? Right? Do the research. It's critical. It really is critical. Yes, you can recover from those mistakes, but it's better to avoid them in the first place. It's one of those pitfalls, one of those cliffs that you might drive over on your travels down Publication Highway. You don't have to go over the cliff. You can actually avoid it really easily. And research is the way. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you found something useful in that. And if you did, please like and share it, and share in the comments what struck you most. Struck out for you. And also, I'd love to connect with you on social media, and links to all my social media platforms, including LinkedIn and Facebook and so on. You can find them all at authorcoach.click/Christopher. So with that, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now. There we go.